There is no more of an in between, a gray area. Things have begun to split to the point where you your soul is moving you in the direction towards ascension and 5D consciousness, or your soul is moving you in the direction of um, staying with where the 3D earth is. So, as we've talked about before, earth is splitting. Earth is ascending. She is transforming. She's moving from the 3D, which we are used to experiencing, into a 5D level consciousness. And along with this ascension process, the humanity has to also split. So it's either humanity is moving towards and staying in the 3D level consciousness, or humanity is moving towards a 5D higher level consciousness. And so what is happening is your souls are prompting you right now to move in a certain direction. And now I want it to be very, very clear that there is no judgment. There is no judgment, okay? Every soul has a particular journey that it is on. Some souls decide that they want to learn certain lessons, while other souls have decided that they are ready to move on to a higher consciousness field. Okay. And so only your soul knows path it is choosing. Okay. But right now, humanity is experiencing different things. So, for instance, you can be living in a household filled with your parents, your siblings, and each one of you, considering that you all have your own individual souls, have decided where you are going to go, what side of the fence you are on. So, you may be experiencing something completely different than your parents or than your siblings. Your consciousness may be different. The way that you think may be different. What you're experiencing will be different. Okay. Now, their souls, I'm just using this as an example, say have decided to stay within the 3D earth. Okay. And your soul has decided to move towards the 5D earth. Okay. Your experiences, although you live under the same roof in the same environment, will be completely different. Completely different. You won't think the same thing. You will be looking at the exact same situation going on, and you will both have completely different perspective, completely different understandings of what you're seeing. This is the consciousness that is happening within humanity right now. This is what we are all experiencing. See, our souls have been given a choice. Are you going to be on this side of the fence, or are you going to be on the other side of the fence? Because for a long time, people were riding the fence. There was no need to make a decision. You could be here one day and then you could be on this other side the other day, or you really just didn't have to make a decision at all. But based on where the energy is, based on the fact that we are getting closer and closer every day to the earth ascending, excuse me, there is no more of a sitting on the fence. There's no more of a gray area. You're either over here or you're over there. Okay. And Source wants it to be very known and very understood that this is what is happening. So you can be experiencing something completely different from your neighbor, yet you're watching and looking and hearing the same thing. Does this make sense? And this is a perfect example of the energetic divide. So you will also experience people leaving your life. Okay. So people that you were once in alignment with, you will no longer be in alignment with, because you have decided to go in one direction and they have decided to go in another direction. And what is going to happen is the split of souls, energies, people, places, things. Okay. That you will no longer resonate with. Okay. Now, you listening to me, I don't know what your soul has decided for you. Okay? Only your soul knows what the decision is, okay? And you are not going to know a difference. That's the thing. You're not going to say, oh, okay, my soul has decided to stay in 3D and now I'm just going to live in 3D and everyone else is going to vibrate into 5D. Like it's going to stay within your reality. Your reality is what your reality is, okay? And what I mean by that is that you are not going to notice a difference. You are not going to notice a difference because it is an isness. It isn't an I am. It's a who you are, what you are, your experience, your environment, the people, okay? So what you will notice is that your perspective is shifting in a perspective of abundance, of joy, of love, of peace, of flow, of ease. Okay? You are not going to notice the chaos around you. The message the source brought through the other day was about being in your bubble of peace because things are ramping up on this earth plane and the distractions are coming in abundance, okay? And so right now you are being called to place yourself within your own protective bubble of peace. And this isn't anything that you need to consciously be focused on because your soul is moving you in this direction, okay? I'm just telling you what it looks like from the outside, okay? That although there's chaos going on in the world, you will not be experiencing that chaos. It's almost like you're watching a movie. You're seeing it from a distance. You're seeing it from afar. But you are not in it. Okay? But there will be other souls that will 100% be in it. They will be affected by it. They will be consumed by it. Consumed by it. It will be a part of their existence. Whereas for you, you see it happening, but it makes no difference to you. It's not affected. You're not affected by it. There's nothing going on in your life that is associated with it. Okay? Because the people in your life, that are associating with these things, you will start to disconnect yourself from it naturally. It isn't anything that you need to force. It isn't anything that you need to be hyper fixated on. It will just happen. It'll just happen. And Source is saying, allow it to happen because see, you are being positioned very, very specifically and strategically at this time. That's why everything that is happening in your existence is happening very purposefully. So if there were people in your life that you thought were going to be in your life and then all of a sudden rug was pulled, they're out of here, it's because you're no longer in alignment with them. And I want it to be very, 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 Source is wants you to understand this. There is no judgment. Those who place judgment on others will be judged themselves by others. Okay? And if you truly understand this spiritual fact, spiritual understanding that we are all one, that we are all love, we are all an essence of Source embodied, okay? There is no judgment. There is no judgment. So, people, experiences, things, you'll start realizing that, hey, I thought I used to like these things. I used to enjoy experiencing this, whatever that is. Now, all of a sudden, you're not really interested in experiencing that thing anymore. It's because you're being moved into a different vibration. And so all of the things that were of the old, of the lower vibrational frequency, Source is saying that if you're watching this, you are moving into, Spirit is moving you into the higher energetic plane. Because see, if you were of moving or staying within the 5D, you would not even be able to pick up on this message. Thank you, Source. You would not be able to pick up on this message. You simply wouldn't hear it. You would not resonate with my frequency. As soon as you came across a video, you would have skipped it. You would have moved forward. You would not have made it this far into the video. So I do want to provide you with some assurance to know that your soul is wanting you to move and is moving you, positioning you into a higher level of thinking, in an enlightened state. Okay? So this is why things are being pulled from you. This is why certain situations, certain people, certain experiences are all being removed from you, because the old cannot come. The old belief systems, the old way of doing things, the habits, it cannot come to 5D. It cannot. And the earth is going to ascend, period. So you get to decide, when do you want to go? When do you want to be there? That is the choice. So see, the individual, and this is why there's no judgment, because the souls that are deciding to stay in 3D, that doesn't mean that they will always be in 3D consciousness. Their soul has decided that there are other things that it wants to learn and wants to experience within this construct. And eventually they will move to 5D. It's a progression. So you get to decide on a human level as well, what are you ready for? Now, your soul may be ready for one thing, but if you are going to fight against your soul, then you're saying that you may not be ready, and that is okay. That is perfectly all right. Okay? So you get to decide what you want to experience. So this is why the healing work is so important. This is why releasing certain belief systems is so important. Okay? Because as you do that, you move into a higher plane of existence simply by releasing lower, heavy, dense energy from your vessel, from your mind. You see? And so your spirit is positioning you, excuse me, confirmation that you are being positioned, okay, specifically. And so it's important for you not to fight against these things. If people are being X'd out, leave them, let them go. Don't keep trying to bring them back. Do you understand? Because this is all happening purposefully. So it's time for you to understand this and allow yourself to flow with what you're being guided to do. So if you're being guided to heal in certain ways, do that. If you're being guided to leave old belief systems, old patterns, do that. Because there is a higher calling happening right now. There is a higher plan in place that is unfolding. This is a time to be excited about this, to be excited about this higher consciousness, because this is when you truly get to experience a level of abundance that you desire, that you've always been desiring. This is that. Okay. All right. We're back. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so grateful for you as always. Please like, subscribe, share this video. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. I come out with daily channeled messages for you. And I love you so much. And I will see you tomorrow in the next channeled message.